back to another episode of Biblia Agape. Today, me and Blaze are going to be going over our Fruit of the Spirit series, and today we are going to be going over peace. And if you'd like, you can go back to our other two episodes, which are also our Fruit of the Spirit series. First one was love, second one was joy, this one is off of peace. And just to refresh your memory, the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And, today we are going to be going over peace, so let's get started and hop right in.
Okay, so I'm going to be reading John 14:27 and John 16:33. So John 14:27 says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. Do not let your heart be troubled, nor let it be fearful." And then I guess I'll just read John 16:33. Just let me get to it. 16:33, which says, "These things I have spoken to you, so that in me you may have peace. In the world you have tribulation, but take courage, I have overcome the world." So let's jump back a bit to John 14:27, which at the end it says, "Neither let it be afraid," which is the last one. But that verse is technically saying that remember that God is with you, and that God is peace. So He is your peace. He gives peace to you, and that you have to remember that when you feel like there's nothing around you and that you need help, that God is with you, and to not be afraid because He is peace and He is there for you, to not be afraid. And that is what peace is, and that's who He is, that He gives it to us to comfort us in the darkest situations, and that peace is just something that He gives us when we really need it, and that when we need it. Jaila can say a little.
So Philippians 4:7 says, "And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." And Psalms 4:8 says, "In peace I will both lie down and sleep, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety." So both of these are pretty much saying that peace, when you have peace, you're safe. With peace, there is safety. So when I say to have peace, that pretty much means no war. So having peace, or to be a peacemaker, just means avoiding all that, or not necessarily in literal terms of war, just the idea of war pretty much. So when you have peace, or just you are a peacemaker, that might not necessarily sound like one of the fruits of the Spirit you might think of right away, that you say, "Oh, I want that," or "I want that to be part of my life." But just because it might not sound like it, it is just as important. Peace is just as important as all of the other fruits of the Spirit. Me personally, how I was saying that peace means no war. I do not like conflict. I don't like getting stuck in the middle of things and, just being in that. So when I get stuck in a situation like that, even though I might not like it, I want to solve the problem, and I just want to bring peace to that situation. So I've heard of two different types of people: a fighter and a peacemaker. Both of those titles, or just names, are kind of similar, and both of them both the thing that makes you a fighter and a peacemaker obviously comes from God. And when I say fighter, I'm not meaning like fist fights, like boxing, or actual like fights like maybe happen at school. Not saying they're a good thing, but like just when I mean fight, I mean like putting on your armor of God and even putting the fruits of the Spirit and just being armored with that. Just being ready to fight what could be your physical, mental, and spiritual wars. And then when I say peacemaker, I don't necessarily mean to go out and cause conflict or to go out and just look around for conflict. But when I say that, I mean when you have Jesus in your life, you have peace. So you don't need to go around causing conflict. When you walk around, instead of looking and causing it, you're looking around and, well, you're walking around and giving peace to others and making them feel safe. Like I said, that peace isn't something that brings discomfort or the feeling of being threatened. Peace is something that brings safety and comfort. I've said this many times, but peace is the opposite of war. God isn't war, He's peace. So, in that, Psalms 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." When you have peace, like when you have that and you're just in the middle of having peace, that means you don't have anything like anxious, like that anxiety, anything that's just might be stressing you out or causing wars in your life. It just means that you're sitting where you're at and you're being still, knowing that God is God. Or, in other words, you're resting in motion, pretty much. Just resting and sitting in the middle of all of that, everything that might be around you, and having peace and resting where you're at and just being still and knowing that God is God, and with that, God is peace. So, now that you know what peace is, why don't you get out around where you're at, work, school, just when you go to playgrounds maybe, grocery store, anywhere, and just be a peacemaker. Share God's peace to other people and make them feel safe and make them feel the peace of God on them.
So, yeah, and when you can't have peace if you don't have a relationship with God, basically. When you ask Him into your heart, He will bring you peace for you to go share it to others, to share Him and to share His peace, because that's who He is. And thank you for watching today's videos. Next week we will be going over patience. Really excited about that. And we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And be sure to be ready for next week. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.